Hi all. So we are going to see today our JDBC introduction. So just quickly recap. I will give some introduction, not any uh, a particular any topic. So what we are learning? We are learning core Java, where we have seen our fundamental part and our we are looking our oops programming. So how we do object oriented programming with the help of Java programming language, our Java related syntaxes. So we write the program with the help of our core Java. But after that, one topic will come our JDBC. So JDBC nothing but a API. So with the help of JDBC, we can connect with database. So JDBC nothing but is a one API, application program interface. So some library is given by our Java community. So the API is there. With the help of API, we can connect with database. So usually called we called advanced Java. So basically, this is a technology with the help of JDBC. We connect with database. And with the help of core Java, we are learning our core Java programming syntaxes, and we are going to see some our threading concept or collection concept for our data structure. So we have learned just fundamentals and our logical programming. So under the logical programming, we have seen our loops, control statement, and operators. So we do some logical programming. So logical programming is common for all programming language. Under the fundamentals, we have seen how we write our Java source code, Java keywords. So some fundamental things we have seen and how we have to create the object. And after that, we are looking our oops programming. So under the oops, we are achieving our uh, with the help of class, we are creating the object. So we are achieving encapsulation with the help of Java inheritance and polymorphism, polymorphism and abstraction. So this topic is going on. After that, we will see our exception handling part. Then we will see our collection. So collection is a one kind of API, a ready-made library over there. So we maintain our data structure with the help of collection. Then thread API is there. So we do our asynchronous programming with the help of threading. So asynchronous programming. So everything is asynchronous in our programming level. So we do our asynchronous programming with the help of threading. So what we have learned so far, so we are doing synchronous programming. Our program is executing in sequential manner, but a real-time application won't work like this. Our application will be accessible by multiple user at same time. So our application won't be executed in sequential manner. So some task or some code will be a sequence manner. I will explain. So with the help of threading, we do asynchronous programming. So asynchronous programming is a bit tricky, but our real-time application work with our asynchronous programming. So threading API is there, and we are having IO. So input output. So IO is our this is also API. So with the help of this API, we can perform a read write operation. So like we are doing anything. So we are reading some file, we are writing in the some file, we are reading object, we are writing one object. So we perform our reading writing operation. So we are just we have used our system.println. So we are trying to write anything over the our console. If you try to write anything over some notepad, if you try to write anything over some Excel, if you try to write anything over the network, you want to share your data over the network. So with the help of IO API, we can do. So this is the our API. So up to the exception handling, we have to write everything in the programming level. So we have to write each and every syntax, keywords, modifiers, anything we have to write. But collection is a API, threading is API. Just we have to use. So it is already there, just we have to use. After that, we will see some of our important Java 8 features and our JVM architecture. So what is inside the JVM? So these things comes under the our core Java. Core Java we called technology J2 J2 AC library. So Java 2 standard edition. So something is already there in the form of packages. So in the form of packages, something is already there. So collection API, thread API, IO API, lot of API already there. Our lot of pre-ready-made program library already just we have to use. So our application level effort will be less because some libraries already there, collection, threading, and IO. So our older programming language, C language and C++. So this thing we have to maintain. Our collection, threading, library is there, but we have to do lot of programming. So we have to take care about our resources. So data structure, our threading, we have to take care. But in the Java programming language, we are having our JVM. So JVM will managing all that things and lot of API already there. So this API will work under our J2AC technology. So this API will work over the our processing data. So when we are processing our data, so this API will work at that time. But if we want to persist our data for a permanently basis, so we are having our JDBC APIs. It is also a API, and JDBC comes under J2AC. So JDBC also come our J2AC, but this collection API, thread API is not interacting with any third party software. But our JDBC are this particular JDBC API. So this particularly API will interact with our third party software we called database. So we connect with a database. So our database will be third party software. So when you do some advanced programming, so always some third party software will be there where we have to interact. So for creating our enterprise application, so lot of software will work together. So like we are accessing our application, our this particularly online shopping, make my trip. So only this application is not there, our browser and our this particularly web application. Behind the scene data are coming from some server, so some server will be there, and this data is persisting in any database, so database there. So lot of software are working for maintaining any kind of software, for creating any kind of software software web application. So large scale application, lot of software is there. So just we have created we have just learn about the code Java, where we have started learn programming. So backend system, we will use our Java related framework, but for understanding the framework, we should be strong with our Java related language, Java related fundamentals. So all the API we should know, and what is the syntax, fundamentals, logical programming, and our oops concept. So lot of things we should know. So we first learn the core Java. So with the help of core Java, we do our core programming, and core programming should be very strong. So our interview depend up to 50-60% your core programming. They will check your core programming concept if you are searching job for development. So if core programming is strong, syntactically you are strong, you can build the logic as per the our test, as per the our interview question. So you will be considered, otherwise will take some time. So lot of thing we have to take care. So this is our fundamental part where our brain will work, our brain will think. But after that we are having technology. So JDBC a technology. So with the help of programming, we can connect with database is a third party software, so we can persist our data permanently. We can persist our data permanently. So at our system, our data will be processed somewhere, and we want to store our data permanently. So we have to use JDBC. So what the object we are creating in our application level. So employee object, student object, any kind of object we are creating. So what we are doing, we are just creating the object, and our JVM is up. So data will be there. We will call, and we can see over the console, but JVM is down, or our execution is ended. Program execution will be ended. So our object will be destroyed. So it will be no longer in their life. It will be destroyed. Some object will be destroyed quickly with the help of stack. Some object will destroy it with the help of garbage collector. Some object will destroy when JVM will be down. So object won't be stored permanently. Whatever the data is won't store the permanently. So if we want to store our data permanently, so we should have one third party software is called database. So with the help of database, we can store our data. So database is a one software, and there is a separate class for only database. Lot of things we need to learn under our database. So with the help of database, we can store data permanently. We can store data permanently. So for the database, we are having two type of database in the current situation is called, one is our structured database, structured database and non-structured database. So our structured database is having our data will be stored in the form of some structure in the form of the table. But non-structured database, our data will be stored in the form of the JSON. So both the database are using as per our requirement. We have to use our database. So some database will be structured, some database will be non-structured. So under the JDBC, we have to learn our structured database is for example our Oracle and MySql. So it is a it comes under our structured database, and our non-structured database like our MongoDB, DynamoDB. MongoDB, DynamoDB, Cassandra, lot of database is there. So this is a famous database. So what I have written. So a lot of database category will be there. So as per requirement, we can use any kind of database. So we have to be learn first Oracle and MySQL database. So this is a two software where we store our data permanently, and our data will be stored in the form of a table. So we call a structured database. So for anything we are storing, so it will be stored in the form of tables. So at a high level architecture, if I will say, so this will be our program. So this will be our Java program, and there will be one our database. So our database will be there, and this will be our Java program. So under this particularly program, we can do some programming, JDBC programming. We can write some method, and under the method we have to write our program. We have to use a JDBC API. So it is a ready-made API over there. So we can connect with our database. So we can connect with our database, and our program will communicate with database. So this is the database communication with the help of our Oracle or MySQL, any database we can use. So this is the communication with the help of Java program. So database is a third party software where we have to install in our machine, and our program will communicate. So the API will be there for communication. We called our JDBC API. So with the help of JDBC API, Java related library, so we can connect with database, and we can perform the operation. So the language our database will understand is called SQL. So we should know SQL query because SQL query will be understandable by our database. So this is our database. This is our Java program. So we can communicate. So apart from Java program, we can connect a third party software is called client software. So we can communicate with a database with the help of Java program. So we are learning Java, so we write Java program. If we are learning .NET, so we can write .NET program. So Java program, JDBC API. So our program plus JDBC API, we have to use ready-made program all is already there, and our client software, our client software. So client software, for example, we have to use our SQL developer or SQL Yog, MySQL Yog. So this will be our client software. So with the help of a client software, we can communicate with our database. With the help of Java program, we can communicate with our database. So this will be client software. So we have to install our client software as well. So just we have to use some client software and SQL developer or anything or MySQL yoke. So we can communicate with our database with the help of client software. So we can communicate with our database. So ultimately we have to interact with our database. So the language will be SQL. So you should know SQL, then you can communicate with database. So with the help of client software, we will fire this SQL query with the help of client software, or we have to fire our SQL query with the help of our Java program so that we can communicate with the data. So this is our client software is called SQL developer, we can say, or MySQL Yog. So for Oracle software, usually we use SQL developer. For MySQL database, usually we use our MySQL Yog. So I will explain where you have to install and how we will communicate. So our SQL query will be responsible for communicating with our database. So under our SQL query, so we should know SQL query. So SQL, that is a one language which is understandable by our database. So for communicating with database, we should know SQL query. So there are the few criteria we can say for our SQL query. So DDL query, DML query. So this is our data definition language. This is our data manipulation language, and our TCL related query over there. So we should know our SQL. So there is some category of the SQL. So we are having some SQL command like our DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. So create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, comment. For DML, our select, insert, update, delete, merge. So first we have to be install this particularly software in your machine, and you have to be apply this SQL query with the help of a client software. After that, we have to create the data, we have to create the table, we have to insert data. So with the help of SQL query, we will communicate with our database. So database is a third party software. So this particular third party software, if we want to communicate with the help of Java program, so communication is happening with the help of some program. So we have to use our JDBC API. So our with the help of a program, our data will be processing data. Whenever we creating the object, so our data will be processing data, and we want to store our data permanently. So we have to use some third party software. So where we can store our data, programming data. So we can use our notepad. We can use our MS Office software. So MS Excel we can use, but if we use this particularly software, so we can write some less data. So we, if we are having 50, 20 records, 100 records, so we can maintain in this kind of software. But if we are having huge data, millions of record over there, so we should have a advanced database, when a lot of clustering, lot of thing over there. So when we are learning the our programming and we are communicating our database, so always we interact with less data. But at real time system, our application will be live. So in single day, lot of data is coming from the client side. So we are searching something, we are entering something like under the Facebook. So we are putting some comment every day, millions of comment over there. So they are maintaining somewhere. So lot of data mining over there. But first we have to be learn. So we have to interact with small data, small operation. Then we will think how this thing will work at real time system. So first we have to install the database. Then we have to uh, interact with the database with the help of client software. Then we have to interact with our program. So this is our minimum things where we learn our JDBC. So while learning, we will follow these things. So first we have to install our database. So go to the Oracle site. So currently 21C version is there. So you have to be registered first, then you can download. So I already registered, so I am getting this thing. So you have to be install. When you will install Oracle database, so you will see this kind of thing under your search bar. So you will see, so you can start your database. So this is a third party software. So So Oracle software will be there. So you will get some console. So you will see this kind of a console. So I will send you how you have to install your Oracle database. So you will see one console. So when your software will be installed, okay. So you have to be download from here and you have to be installed. You will see one console. So my console is not opening yet because of a lot of software is running at same time. So I will show you. Okay, so we will see. So one console will be open. So you can see when your Oracle software will be installed. So you will see this kind of console. So I just show you under the image. So some this kind of console you are going to see. So this kind of console will be there. So you have to be just put your admin password when you will install the software. So for one screen will come for putting for your admin password. So you can see under the YouTube how to install our Oracle software. There is no rocket science. So you will get one uh, uh, console. So we have to perform our SQL operation. So we have to install one more software is called SQL Developer. So you have to install SQL Developer as well. So it is a also tool of the Oracle. So just put over the Google SQL Developer download and you can download for window. So SQL Developer will be looking like this. So I just open. Yeah. So first, this is my Oracle software. Or when you install Oracle software, so you will see this kind of thing in your screen. So you can communicate with console with your Oracle software. So while installing the software, you will get one screen for you have to put your admin password, admin user. So default it will be some Scott Tiger or admin. So you can put anything. So I am putting one name. So my system password, yeah. So I have put on my password. So this is our admin password. So when you will install the software, so you can put this name and you can put this password. So this will be your default password. So it will be our admin password, super admin password. We can say sysdba. So if you will try to log in, so this will be required. It is a super admin password. So I have put admin. So while installing the software, I have put on the admin and I have set some password. But if it is not logging with the password, so you have to put on sysdba. So in your college, we are having some accessibility if we are a student, but we can go only our department only. So we are authenticate for the college level. So you are having some ID card, so you will be authenticated, but you cannot go anywhere. You cannot enter directly in principal room. You cannot go in other department. So you are authenticated, but you are not authorized. So authorization means what? Accessibility. So when you will become the student, so first you will get some access card from somewhere. Then your accessibility will be defined, how you will be authorized person. So if you are based on your role, you will be authorized. So while we are installing any software in respective of Oracle, other software as well. So when we install some software, so always we are having some super admin. Super admins means what? Our college principal. So college principal can go anywhere. So in the software level, we can access anything. We can access anything. We can create the user. We can provide the accessibility. We can do anything. So super admin is having some responsibility. So any other person want to use our database or any software, so super admin will create some user, super admin will create some role. After the creating the role, some accessibility will be there, authorization will be there. So lot of things taken care by our super admin. So while installing any software, always you will get some user ID and password. It will be your super user. Super user can do anything. So super user is a owner of the product, you can say. So super admin can do anything. So super user will create the user and super user will provide the accessibility. So it is my super user. So this is my Oracle database. We have to search with the help of SQL plus. So this is my Oracle database console. So when you will install Oracle database, you will get this console. So I have connected with this database. So I can see the how many table is there. shift and delete. So different console is having different command. So over a window console will work with different command. So we have to, if we are working regularly, so it will, we will memorize. But if we are not working, so we have to see. Clear screen. Yeah, this command is working. So we can see, so I want to see how many schema is there. So I am having one command, select star from DBA user. Select star from DBA user. So we'll see. Lot of table is there. So okay. So under the our Oracle database, so first we have to install our database and we have to create a schema. So under the schema where our tables will be there, lot of thing will be there under one schema. So under the schema we have to create the user first, then we have to create the schema. So in Oracle database, whenever we will create a one user, so corresponding schema will be created in Oracle database. So Oracle database support user based schema. So first we have to create the user and we have to create the schema. So in Oracle database, whenever we create the user, our schema will be created. So if we use this screen, so for a small table it is fine, but large scale table uh, we are not we will not feeling comfortable if we will use this kind of console. So what we have to use? We have to use some client software with interacting with our database. So like we are writing this our program with the help of IDE. So IDE are helping for us for writing our program. We can write our Java program in Notepad, but we cannot write because a large program, or when we are writing multiple files, so we are having facing lot of headache, lot of issue. So our IDE will help us. So likewise, our SQL developer client software will help for interacting with our database. So I already having this kind of software. So just you have to be installed and you have to be open. So you will see. So I have already installed in my software section. So you will see this software whenever you will download. So you will see all the file. So we have to be open. So I am opening this kind of software. So it will open. So the software will help us for interacting with our database. So we will perform some SQL command. So this is my software, client software. We call the client software. Keep your mind, client software will help us for interacting our other software. So this is our client software. So you will see this kind of uh, view over there. So I will connect my admin user. So this is my admin user. So under the connection, so I have created already some connection for my previous class, but I just a connection again. So you have to go this connection. So under the connection, first we have to create the connection over our database. So this is our some user and password. So I am putting my connection name. This is my admin connection. I am putting admin connection and our batch ni fsd02. So this is my connection name. We can put anything. So I am putting my user. So I want to try my super user. So my password will be sysdba. So this is our host name. This is our port number. I will explain this thing deeply. So actually we have to put on our IP address in our application level, but all the software is my machine. So we are putting our localhost. This is our port number. This is our SID. So I will explain these things later. So I will connect my admin. So it is not a normal user, it is our admin user. I will select a sysdba. So there is one issue while connecting our database. So you will face this issue when you will interact with database first time. So 100% you will face this kind of issue. So as I have experienced person, I know the issue, but I have to be explained. So when we install any software, so under our operating system, one service will be registered for any software. So service should be started. Otherwise, our software won't work. If service is starting it with our operating system, when our operating system is starting, so it will work. Otherwise we can start manually. So it is depend over our operating system configuration. So I have just configured whenever I will start, so it will be start. So I am starting manually, because whenever I want this software, that time I want to start. Otherwise it will take memory unnecessary. So under the our task manager, unnecessary process will be running. So while teaching, I am using multiple software. Then I am not using JDBC unnecessary. My process will be running behind the our uh, behind the our processor, behind our machine. So unnecessary, it will take memory, it will take CPU. So our performance will be low. So already 86% memory are using. So lot of burden over the single system. So I will test again. So my message is change. I have put on some passwords. I will check again. So I have put on one password when I have installed uh, uh, the Oracle software. I have put on my particularly password. So you have to put on. So I am trying to connect my super user. So this is my super user. So first you have to be connected with your sys. Sys is your super user. So I will connect. So this is our connection name. admin NIFSD 03. So we are the owner of the Oracle software. We are super admin. We are principal. We can say, so we can do anything. So we have just connected with our software. We are admin of the Oracle. So first we have to create some schema for our application. So under the schema, we are having our database related object, database related things. So table will be there, view will be there, lot of thing will be there. So this things come under the our database concept. So database is a one subject. Database is a one subject. Database is a one subject. So under the database, we have to learn about the table. We have to learn about the view, indexes, package, procedure, function, operators, queue. So it is a one subject like our Java database is a one subject, a lot of concept over there. But just we have to aware about the how to create the table and how to interact with the table. So we have to create the table. We have to create a lot of things as per our project requirement. So this is a admin related schema where we our uh, a particular Oracle maintain the things. So whenever we will create our schema, we will create our project. So we will create our table. So this thing is managed by our super admin. So super admin is a boss of the our particularly software. So I want to create one schema for my project. So we will learn JDBC programming. So first we have to create the schema. So in the Oracle database, we have to create the user. Our schema will be created. So there is a some syntax for creating the user. So you can search create user in Oracle. So first time you will face the problem, but after some time you will be habituated. So these things is total depends on our practice. So we are learning software engineering and development, so we should have patience. We have to learn everything. So we have to create a user. So this is a one command. So I have already script, but I am searching in front of you. So this is a one command. We have to put on this command at your admin level. Admin can do anything. Admin is the principal of our software. So we are creating one user. So I am creating one user. So I am creating one user with my name. So it is already there actually. So I am putting our batch. So Manish and our identify by this is our password. So NIFSD 03 I have put on the my name and password. So this format is allow or not, we have to check. It is not valid underscore we have put on. Okay. So this first we have to execute. So our session will be created for us. Earlier it was not there, but so use the software. So because if you will work, so always you have to interact with the software in your machine. Real-time application, lot of software will be there. So we will learn gradually. So we will go step by step. So, but all the software should have your machine and you have to be interact. Yeah. So user is created. So this is our command. First you have to put on, then a user will be created. So my user Manish NIFSD. So I have put on like that Manish user infotech full stack development, my user ID password. So this is my super user. I have first connected my super user and I have put on my user ID and password for super user when we have installed the Oracle software. So we are having everything. So I have created one user. So like our college student, you have created one student detail. Likewise, you can create other student detail. So we can create multiple user detail. So our in the Oracle schema will be created whenever we create the any user. So one schema will be created. One schema means one workspace for creating our table. So we are having one schema. So we have to connect with our schema. So first we will go our new database connection. So our connection name is our NIFHD03 connection. So our username Manish NIFSD I have just created and my password also same I have just created. So role will be default. We are not admin user, so we don't have to select anything. It is a default. We are just like college student. We are not a principal. So our system is localhost and SID. So we will connect with our particularly user. So we see Manish FSD Lake create session privilege login deny. So we are not having a privilege for the connecting. So we have to give some privilege. Privilege means authorization. So what I can do. So in real time application as well. So our admin will give some privilege. So you cannot do this thing. You cannot do this thing. So I haven't provide any privilege. So we have to provide some grant for the user. So we have to give this privilege. So who will give the privilege? Our admin will give. So this is my user, this is my privilege. So I will give some privilege for this user. So I am providing this privilege. So grant will be success. So I will try to connect. So our connection name we can put anything. So NIFSD03, NI Manish, NIFSD, and so I have been connected, and you will see there is one connection will be there. So one schema will be generated. So under the schema, we are having table, view, indexes, all of thing. So usually we call the schema is collection of the object. So what is the object in form of a database? So table, view, indexes, everything we consider one object. So table responsibility for creating the table, view responsibility for creating the view. This is a concept under the database. You have to be learn from somewhere. I can't explain lot of things because a lot it is a one particularly subject in takes the time. But what is the required for under our full stack development and under our JDBC, I will explain. So I am creating one table. So this is our syntax for creating the table. It is our SQL language. So create table, table name. So I am putting a student table. So we are having one student student ID. So this will be my column name, and there is our Oracle data type. So I am putting the some number. So this will be 10 digit over there. This is our data type. So this is my student ID, student name. So we can use one data type where care. So student name will be 20. Student phone number at student life. Sometimes we don't have any phone. So we are having a phone number. So we can create the table. So this is the syntax for creating the table, and it will come under the our DDL query. Insufficient privilege. So we don't have to privilege for this user. So we have to provide the privilege. So actually we cannot do anything in our real-time application directly for creating or deleting anything. We are just a privilege for selecting. So I will explain when time comes. So provide privilege. So how you have to be search, how you have to resolve your problem. So I haven't write all the things in single file, and I am just executing. I am searching in front of you so that you have to be uh, create your skill like that. How to search, how to resolve the problem in the real time work. We have to do this thing. So we have to apply grant all privilege to this name. So we have to go over a principal, and we have to tell please provide the privilege for all operation. So I can provide a privilege for some operation, like I cannot delete, I cannot insert, but as we are learner, so we are providing all the privileges. So this username I am providing all the privileges. So this is a grant is succeed. So I will create this table. So table will be created. So this is my client software, SQL developer, Oracle SQL developer is a client software. We are interacting with this Oracle software. So this is our black screen. This is our Oracle software. So we cannot interact with this console because uh, you will face lot of issue with large table. Our you we won't feel convenient. So we have to use this is a client software, and your user is your user interface. You will see very beautiful our prompt where we are creating our query. So we can see. So I have created our DBA user. So this is my DBA user table over there. So you will see this detail you cannot see properly. Our table row is not in single table, so we cannot see properly. Same query I will fire under the this prompt. So you will see your search result will be very beautiful. So our ID or our client software will help for communicating with database. So I have put on same query, sorry, DB users. So you will see. So we will see all details. This is our details. And this detail we are looking over the console. So you cannot see properly what is the things inside our table. But you can see it is our proper manner our query result. So you can see this is my DB user detail. So I have created a my user just recently. So you will see my name over there. So we have created one user Manish FSD. So just we are clicking of this particular user, and we can perform searching, sorting, or we can perform filtering. So I am performing filtering. So how many user is with my name? So we have just created. So go to the user print Manish FSD. No one user is there. Okay. User will be there, but it is not. Yeah, this is our user. So user will be detail will be stored under the capital letter. So my data under the capital letter. So I am searching. My user will be there. Password is a null. Just I have created my user in front of you. So I can create a multiple user, and our admin has created one user, and Oracle support our user based schema. Whenever you will create one user, one schema will be created. Schema means our workspace for creating the table as per the project. So in the Oracle, whenever you create the user, one workspace will be created. So this is a one user. So under the user, we have just uh, we are having this detail under the DBA user. So with the help of client software, you can see this is a beautiful user interface where we can see this information. So this is our Oracle software console, but we don't use because we can't understand properly. In the Java, we use IDE. So I told you initially program we have to practice with Notepad because we have to be strong with the Java fundamental, Java syntax, how thing is going on behind the scene, how program are compiling, dot class file is generated. But we are working over the IDE. So IDE will help us for creating, for developing the application. Similarly, front end technology, we are using the Visual Studio Code. So we can draw, we can write our this particularly HTML, CSS in our notepad, but we have to put a lot of effort. So if we are using ID, so we are convenient for creating the application. So similarly, we are interacting with database, so we have to use some client software. We call the client software. So we will fire some query. So this is my student table, that is our SQL query. So I am creating the table. So it comes under our DML, our DDL, data definition language, because we are defining something. So we have created table. So I will refresh this connection. So you will see there will be one table. Student table will be there. So this is my student table. So we can insert some record, insert a student. So this is my one query, insert into my student table. So in my first line, what will be there? Student ID, number, name you can put Ramesh, and phone number you can put there is some phone number. As a full stack development, we have to play everywhere under our database, under our backend system, under our front end side. So this is our insert statement. So I will execute this command. My value will be should be inserted, but we are getting some error. So you will face some error. So identify the error, column not allow here. So what is the column is not allowed here? So our insert into table name. Okay, we are putting our double column. It is our Java syntax, but in the Oracle we have to use single colon. So our row will be inserted. So we have to be commit, and we can see our table data. So perform select star from student. So this is my command for if we want to see our student table detail. So we can see this is my detail over there. I can put another value. I will explain a lot of thing, but gradually I am explaining day by day. You will learn something new, and it will be helpful while working, while surviving in the job. So under what the challenges we have faced. So I will explain. So we are putting some name, and we have put on some roll number. So our row will be inserted. So we can see. So this is our table detail. So we are interacting with our Oracle software with our client software. So we are having one student table we have created inside a particularly software. Our software is a Oracle. So with the help of admin user, I have created one user. So one schema will be created. So under the schema, we have to create the table. So our structured data means what? Our a table format data will be stored. So data will be stored in the form of the object, but we can see, we can visualize in the form of the table. So structured database, everything will be stored in the form of the object, but we have to see, we have to visualize in other software in the form of the table. So the table will be there. So this is my student table. So I have created the table. I have inserted the record and I am selecting the table. If I want to update something about inside the table, so I want to change the phone number. So update our table name, update our table name, and set student phone number, and I am changing. So I am changing this my this number where student ID is equal to 101. So I want to change a Ramesh number. So my number will be, sorry, Ramesh number will be updated. So student ID. So number is will be updated. So you will see new number will be there. So 87837 it will be added. If I want to delete this record, so it will be deleted. So you will see Ramesh record will be deleted. So this is the operation we are performing over the database. So with the help of client software, we have performed some operation over the database. So same thing we have to do with the help of Java program. So our Java program will interact with database. So this is our software, client software. So this software is connecting with our database and performing the operation with the database. So similarly, our JDBC program will connect with our database and perform the operation. the operation, and it will be disconnected. So we have to do this kind of thing with the help of our JDBC program. So client software will be there, and we have to do same thing will be there. So developer developer will develop the application for uh, interacting with the database and performing the operation with the database. So developer will work for developing, but our SQL developer, our client software side, so developer, obviously developer will see the record, and anything as per requirement we want to change, with the help of client software we can do, or under the JDBC we can write the application. But apart from developer, for data analysis, our quality assurance team, tester team will be accessing our database so that he can see the data. Our business analyst team can see the our data for and data analysis, data analytics. So this software will be used by the multiple person for watching the data, because ultimately our data will be stored permanently somewhere. So we have to use our Oracle software. So this is a Oracle MySql. Our persistent software is a mandatory software in our industrial level. Ultimately, we have to store data somewhere. So this is our technology. This is our technology. So with the help of Java technology, we are communicating with our database. So developer will interact with the technology, and our client software developer QA team business analyst will communicate with the database. So this is the things about the our database, just introduction. So under the JDBC, we will interact with database with the help of some our Java program, but a real-time system won't work like this. So I will explain how we work in the real-time system, because under the application level, our requests are coming from our client. So request will coming from the browser. So our JDBC related technology will be working at our middleware. So like under our make my trip, this data is coming from some database. If you are searching something, data will be coming from the database. So our request will go with the help of our front end technology. Then a request will be captured by our middleware. So we will use the Java programming language related technology, Servlet, Spring, MVC, Spring, REST API, Spring, Boot, and data will our middleware will interact with our database. It will perform some search operation with the help of SQL query. So data will go with our middleware, and it will be processed, and it will go our front end technology. So over the front end technology, HTML, CSS will be applied, and a presentation page will be there. It will show the our presentation layer. So whatever the things we are looking under the word table, it will be show a presentable format over the browser. So end-to-end flow we have to see. So we are learning part by part, but we have to use everything in our enterprise application. Database, server, our client software like browser. This client software are interacting with database. So we have to learn everything. This thing will be installed. Oracle will be installed one separate machine. Our server will install will separate machine, and our Java program Java will program will be executed some separate machine. So our enterprise system will be different, but we will go step by step. So it is things about our JDBC. So our we see how we interact with our Java program with JDBC in our next class. So before learning the our JDBC, you have to be strong. This is a Oracle software. You have to be go under your Oracle site. You can download. First, you have to create the account, and while installing the Oracle software installation. So you can follow anything. So it is not a rocket science. Just you have to apply next. So the next will be there. Next will be there. So you can go any site and just you will put some admin password, username and password somewhere. So you have to memorize whenever you will put your admin and password. So while using the our database, so first you have to log in with your admin user and password, and you have to create the user for your project. Then we have to use. So these things you can follow. I will share the link. So please try to install. If you face any issue, let me know. I will access your system and I will resolve your problem. So after the JDBC, we will start working how we are working in the industry. So under the core Java, just we are learning the programming language. But after the technology, we have started work over the real time application. So in the industry, whatever the issue we will face while learning at technology level, at framework level, so we have to work in the industry. Likewise, you have to work in the industry. So we will meet in the next class. So thank you for today.